The award-winning singer, composer and producer first broke into the local music scene at the tender age of 14, and he has since released more than 20 albums under his name, 27 to be precise. Now, in his current project, Joe Nina has collaborated with some of the big names in the South African music landscape that include Steve Kekana, Tsepo Tshola, Nana Coyote and the late Ray Phiri, to mention only a few. Now, he joins me now in studio to tell us more about his musical journey and the release of his latest offering. Baba, a very good morning to you and good to see you.
Good to see you once again.
All right.
Sure.
Now, let's now talk about your more than 2 decades in the music industry from when you started till now. How did that go?
It's been a long journey. It's been hectic and it's been beautiful at the same time.
Yeah.
I think I've learned a lot through the music industry and from the limelight itself as well. Being famous is not easy.
Yeah.
You always have the cameras like shooting at you, and also you have to wake up too early in the morning and the brains are still running slowly.
I know, right? Tell me about it.
But in any case, it has been a long journey. I've learned a lot, and I stepped away from the industry, from the scene for a while, and just to have a look at it from the outside. And I think I've learned a lot from that, because I've realized that a lot has changed. Our industry is now more on digital streams, your social media and all of that, which is killing slowly but surely the actual core of the craft itself.
How do you survive all that?
Well, doing events there and the gigs and all of that, and obviously trying to do some businesses on the side, because the industry on its own, I don't think it's easy to survive from it now, because everyone wakes up in the morning and they're musicians or they're artists or they're rappers or they're producers, or everyone has a label for that matter. Yeah. So it's not easy, but for me, it's a calling. For me, I was born with this, and there's nothing else I can do. That's why this album is my 27th album, and I'm still going strong.
Jeez, man, 27 albums in your name, and there's no signs of slowing down. How do you do that?
I think it's originality, being committed to my craft, and also be willing to say, okay, now I'm tired, let me just step back a little bit and take a breather, because sometimes I think we drive ourselves too much, and that's why some of us collapse. I once collapsed from working in the studio on a daily basis, but lately, since I've grown up, I think I've matured, so I take things one step at a time and I take it much easier as possible.
Yeah, and the latest album, what was the inspiration behind it, and how does it differ, if at all, from the previous albums?
Once again, the social media. I was, every day in the morning when I wake up, I hear almost the same song on radio. I hear the same style, I hear the same groove, and I'm like bored. And I thought I will see this later. But you know what's interesting is that people on Facebook, my fans, my lovers of my music, they've been saying we are thirsty, we are hungry, we need Joe Nina's music, we need this vibe. And because you can see in the industry, I don't think there's anyone who sounds like me. It's always been unique like that. So I decided, okay, once again, I'm going to go and do something extremely matured and slightly different from the norm once again. So I hope my fans out there will love it.
Ah, they certainly will. They certainly will. I do.
Thank you very much.
I'm your biggest fan. Now, you've also collaborated with big names in the industry. Tell us more about that, and who are they?
May his soul rest in peace, firstly, Ray Phiri. He was my business partner. Okay. He is actually the one who called me Killer Joe when he came back from the States, and we started a label called Killer Joe Records. The first song on the album is called Rain Down. It's a song between myself and him. It's a beautiful song, but it's a song of hope. Coyote, we worked together as a trio, myself, Steve Kekana, and Coyote, may his soul rest in peace as well. So I took one of the songs that we did together when he was still here with us alive, that is. And I thought the reason I'm going to call this album Time to Time is about me sharing the moments of my life in the industry with the people and the legends that I lived with. There's so much that I would have loved to include on this album, including some tracks that I did with the African jazz pioneers, some tracks I did with Pastompi Mavi, some tracks I did with Winston Mankunku, but I could only take as much, at the same time and do the development part of things.
Yeah, and the album is still fresh in the circuit, so what plans are afoot, for you to promote it?
You know, I think we did a brilliant strategy just this once. What we did is we made sure that we pump the CD into all the music huts, because people still want to buy the CDs, whether you like it or not. There's still item collectors out there. So for those who wants to buy it, we made sure that we pump it there first. And then the second phase was to make sure that you get it on your digital
iTunes,
download, iPod.
iPod.
But I think it's there, it's out there already as we speak, and if you need it, you will get it, definitely. But what we're working on as a team right now is actually a launch, but it's got to be a tour, because I'm planning on going everywhere and still promoting to the youth the live performances with the whole band, with the whole shebang, with the lighting and the whole thing, and that is going to happen just before the end of this, before the end of April. It will start.
Right. You certainly haven't changed a bit.
Thank you, thank you, much appreciated.
And God to love. I'm such a fan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, much appreciated. And to the viewers, thank you very much.
Absolutely,
Sure.
That singer, composer, and producer Joe Nina speaking to us about his newly released album titled Time to Time. Stay tuned to Morning Live for more performances from him. Let's go for coffee now.